Hello and welcome to Fight Day. This is the first tournament that I'll be casting. This is Season 5, Week 1. So this tournament is a 60 seconds random map best of one format. To start us off, we have in the round of 17, Mindstall versus Kimetsu. So Mindstall will be in the red trunks and Kimetsu will be in the green trunks. And so we came to this game just a wee bit late, about one turn too late. Looks like our friend in green has started off with a protection shield and digging away into the terrain, whereas Mindstall has opted to go for a pin here. So I want to take this first match of the tournament to talk a little bit about the metagame and a lot of what we'll be seeing today. A lot of the focus in the new version of the game is on, we'll say, minion control. So, that really focuses around the idea of preventing someone from getting into a tower, preventing them from moving, and then taking advantage of that control by means of placing of swarms. The Dark Knight is going to be a key factor in many of the games today. And so, to talk about that in a little more detail, so the Dark Knight is a level 2 spell from the Underdark book. It's pretty easy to get access to since a lot of these people are going to be packing Swarm anyway as one of their primary damage outputs. And it leads to situations where the game kind of revolves around, can I prevent someone from moving such that I can cast the Dark Knight? Now we see Mindstall has brought out his Swarm. In this position, Kimetsu does have the ability to tower up. It could be a means by which they avoid taking some heat from the Swarm. Kimetsu could also cast a Swarm of their own right now, just to kind of body block. So instead we see a Forest Seed. It seems like they're both kind of all in on, we're going to fight in this particular scrappy area. So I expect a quick 15 from the Swarm, and then followed by perhaps another minion being cast. Mindstall opts to use the Swarm to damage the tree instead. That means that I believe a Drain Bolt will get that tree properly sorted out and killed, so if he wants to dig out, he can. A little curious why I wouldn't go for an Arcane Flash there, but if he wants the tree gone, then he can choose how he does it. So, kind of getting back into the topic of the metagame here. Alright, we do see the Arcane Flash. I expect we'll be seeing a couple of Pegasus brought out. I expect we'll be seeing some Storm Spirits, some Storm Shields, some Storm Spirits using Storm Shields. Kind of all these things with the intention of locking a player down and then bringing out that Haymaker Dark Knight minion. And, what I really am interested in finding out today is if the Dark Knight goes down, what do these players have in the rest of their spellbook to bring the game to a close? I feel like there are many opportunities for games to drag out just based on the death of a Dark Knight. Now we see Kimetsu opting for a Pebble Shot there to break out of his chamber, and it looks like that will just be met with receiving some more damage from the Swarm, and based on where he's standing, we may see the Dark Knight come out very soon. So, let's see what Mindstall does here. Blast from the past to lock himself in the tower, and then we have a Storm Shield. So, Kimetsu could hypothetically blast from the past to the right in order to, use his tower. I doubt he wants to do that in this position, since the Dark Knight can come. I say that, Kimetsu decides it's time to cast his own Dark Knight. So, interested to see what Mindstall does here. Arcane Gate is available. Dark Knight is down to 75, so if he has something that deals 75 to minions, then I suppose that removes the Dark Knight from the equation. Really, really good to have the Storm Shield in there to deal some damage to it. So what does Mindstall have to eliminate the threat? we do see an Arcane Gate out. So Arcane Gate combined with the positioning of that Swarm, that Dark Knight's not going anywhere today. You'll have to forgive me, I'm messing around with the settings of the stream right now. Try and cut that out for the YouTube video, but if it comes in, you know, Mindstall or Kimetsu, if you want to go ahead and yell at me in the comments section, I encourage you to do so. So, a little curious of what Kimetsu's play is here. You know, he could try and eliminate the Swarm. He needs to do something to keep that Dark Knight alive. It's going to be down at 60 health next turn, and I'm sure the Knight has something to bring to the party. We see a Drain Bolt to get the Swarm off. Unfortunately, the Swarm does not count as a minion that can be drained, so we instead see Mindstall come back in with the Storm Shield, knocking the Dark Knight down to 50. And there are plenty of spells in this game to deal 50 damage. I have complete faith in Mindstall's ability to finish this DK off. Perhaps we can get some extra credit along the way, dealing some damage to Kimetsu. Pebble Shot will do it. That's perfect, perfectly fine, 50 damage. So, interesting note, Mindstall hasn't actually taken any damage yet this game. You know, Kimetsu's ace in the hole has already been exhausted. This is looking to be pretty dire for him. You know, Mindstall has a protection shield with 50 health up, he has a storm shield up. Meanwhile, Kimetsu, who had first turn in this game, is just opting to, well, he's not opting to do anything. He doesn't have control over the game. So, I'd be very curious to see what he does from here. We see a Cuckoo Clock, some nice direct damage. You know, the seal has been broken. Mindstall is now down to 230 health. Could see the Storm Shield come out for an additional 25 damage before, you know, will we see the Dark Knight come out now? Or will we wait until he has a little more confidence in, let's say, getting a Pegasus out? It looks like he's setting up to cast some minion on the side. It's going to be a Swarm, that's fine. So, you know, kind of talking about the metagame briefly again, you can really see this idea of not letting your opponent tower or move. You really want to restrict their movement and ability to access most of their book. So, I believe that Kimetsu's Swarm will not be up for another turn. Now, what does he do here in that case? Is it just a Drain Bolt, point blank, to take some health? You know, it's not immediately clear what he has access to. Blast from the Past could help with the situation, but the Swarm has blocked his way out. So I stand corrected. We do see the Swarm from Kimetsu come out, albeit too close to the other Swarm, such that his Swarm dies immediately, and frankly he gets nothing out of that exchange. So, Mindstall, planting his head right back on Kimetsu, still poised to summon another minion. Will this be the Dark Knight? Swarm being used to block the way, and we do see that Dark Knight come out. So, Kimetsu, I think, has very little choice but to Arcane Gate. The only question is to where. If I'm placing bets, I'm saying into the pocket on the left side of the map. If he goes anywhere else, the Dark Knight can just get there. Actually, this is a really good example of somewhere the Dark Knight can just go to. The Swarm can be used to ladder the Dark Knight over. First, it will take a free 15 damage onto the head of Kimetsu, and now we'll see that ladder play come in, where you know, through the help of several minions, that Dark Knight will be able to get to where it wants to go. He's got 40 seconds to do so. I think this will be fine. See it jump. Will it make that one? It will. Does it need any help getting through that little pixel? Looks like Mindstall will be providing a Blast from the Past to give relief to the Dark Knight coming through. There it goes. Dark Knight continuing on its merry way. 20 seconds to go. Looks like he'll be able to reach it in no time at all. So let's go ahead and pour one out for Kimetsu right now. This is going to hurt a lot. Pockets the swarm back where he wanted it to be, just to continue along its way. So Kimetsu is still alive with 18 health. Given the lack of spells he used to get out all of his previous situations, I find it very hard to believe that he has something that's going to get him out of this situation. Maybe a blast from the past, and maybe a stall into a tower to pray for relief, but if he had blast from the past, he would have used it earlier. So I don't know what he does to get out of this. In fact, this may actually just be curtains. And a Drain Bolt to the head of Dark Knight will seal his fate. Now we can actually pour one out. We're going to have 21 health left on our friend Kimetsu, and the Dark Knight should just come in to close this one out. We see some repositioning in the swarm, just for posterity's sake. Oh no. So, for those of you unfamiliar with the idea of the perfect game, it appears Mind Stall is going to be draining for the finish, so that way he can say that he ended at 250 health. This is a little bit disrespectful, but I'll allow it. So that'll close out this game. Congrats to Mind Stall.